The Mandela effect is a phenomenon in which iconic moments in pop culture no longer exist. Some examples of this are in Star Wars, Darth Vader never says, "Luke, I am your father." Hannibal Lecter never says, "Hello, Clarice." The dude with the messed up hand in Scary Movie, he never says, "Take my strong hand." And the doll from Saw never said, "Do you want to play a game?" So what is it that causes this Mandela effect? And why is it called the Mandela effect? The name the Mandela effect actually comes from people remembering that Nelson Mandela died in prison in the 80s. But he never did. He died after he got out of prison. This was seemingly the first instance of the Mandela effect, hence the name. People theorize that CERN and the Large Hadron Collider may be behind the Mandela effect. This large particle collider, in between the borders of Switzerland and France, collides particles almost at the speed of light. The purpose of CERN and the Large Hadron Collider is to create miniature black holes and find antimatter. And within successfully doing this, they are ripping the fabric of time and space around us, causing us to jump timelines where things that we remember are slightly different. Let me know in the comments which Mandela effect you know best. When did you figure it out? And how mind-blown were you when you first found out about the Mandela effect? I just put out a video on my YouTube with 3 of the most shocking Mandela effects that I found this year so far. I have the same username on YouTube that I do here on TikTok, SACRONAUT, Sacronaut. You can also click the little YouTube button in my TikTok profile and it'll take you there. Make sure you like this video, hit the plus, and go subscribe on YouTube. It's time to wake up. Stay blessed.
The darkest conspiracies in the world. The Mandela effect, a theory that suggests that our current reality has somehow been shifted into an alternate universe. Such evidence includes things like the Berenstain Bears being Berenstain Bears, fruit of the loom, with and without the cornucopia. Even the memory of Mandela dying in prison back in the 1980s versus 2013, supposedly created by the CIA as a psyops. Are we really in an alternate reality? Hit the plus sign if you think so.
Things that bother you, they never bother me. I feel happy and fine, living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time. Haven't got a lot, I don't need a lot, coffee's only a dime. Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time.
They both show the same animation being used on different cartoons. The man-made Mandela effect happens when a group of people agree to slightly alter your perception by affecting what you see or how you view time itself.
Let's talk about the Mandela effect that hurts my brain the most, because I know for a fact that this is not how it used to be. I know this one's gonna resonate with a lot of people on here because it is literally a character from our childhood that we all knew and loved. So I'm going to give everybody a second to picture Mickey Mouse's full body in your head. What's he wearing? Go. So, little black mouse, red shorts, red suspenders, and buttons to hold the suspenders to his shorts, right? Nope. Mickey Mouse has never worn suspenders. No suspenders. He's got the buttons to hold the suspenders to his shorts, but apparently he's just been walking around naked on top the whole time. You cannot tell me that that's how it's been. But I'm not the only one who remembers him as having red suspenders. Take a look at these costumes that I found online. This baby costume I found on Amazon, red suspenders. This one's like a DIY costume I found on the internet, red suspenders. I found somebody selling this toy online. It was listed as vintage Mickey Mouse toy, red suspenders. Even if you literally just Google Mickey Mouse fan art, it will not be hard for you to find multiple drawings where he has red suspenders. Red suspenders. This one is a little bit weird because the sketch right beside it has no suspenders, but then the guy's costume, red suspenders. I even have a distinct memory of watching an old, 1930s episode where Mickey Mouse gets bashful. He grabs both of his suspenders like this and then rocks back and forth on his toes. And you're telling me that that just never happened?
Truth in plain sight.
What the fuck is that?
Just an action-packed adventure. Fun for ages 6 to 6.5.
This is very bad.
The movie? Yeah, but it's like good bad.
There's no such movie as Shazam. It was called Kazam. And it starred Shaq.
Is that right?
I swear
I'm right. That can't be right.
Out of space-time has been tampered with. We've entered a parallel timeline. Oh my God. Here's proof of the prime timeline. This means one thing. Project Reboot.
Did we travel back in time?
Damn it, it's the same year.
The machine created random changes to the present by altering small events in the past. Now we're in timeline B, where I have no mustache, and the Berenstein Bears are spelled Berenstain Bears.
Sam. My precious Sam.
Hey, Sam. Stay where we can see you.
Becoming parents gave Claire and I a greater sense of purpose.
Wow.
Every day brought with it new memories, each one sacred in its own way.
It doesn't feel real.
I know exactly what you mean.
Dad? Dad, I'm scared.
Sickle's going crazy. I saw her.
Maybe you should think about talking to someone. Like a grief counselor.
When Sam died, I began to notice these inconsistencies. Do you remember where this was taken?
Yeah, it's Griffith Observatory.
I swear, I remember taking this photograph, but we were in Seattle. How would you feel if you could no longer trust your own memories? You remember the children's book when you were growing up about the family of bears?
The Berenstain Bears.
Berenstain. S-T-E-I-N.
They've been hard to reach lately.
I just started noticing some things. And
Like what kind of things?
We're living in parallel universes.
can you picture the Monopoly Man? What's on his face?
Monocle.
Apparently, it's never been the case. The Mandela effect. Either we're sliding between parallel realities, or like a simulation and it's glitching out.
Do you hear yourself right now?
Maybe it's in my head, Claire, but what if it's not? Maybe none of this is real. What the hell is going on? I'm not crazy. I need to know the truth. What makes you think this is going to bring your daughter back anyway? I design games. I code. This is a simulation. If this is code, then I can do something. There's no small thing shutting the world down. There's something you're going to need to understand. Ideas are dangerous things.
Which Mandela effect messed your head up the most? Okay, hear me out. First of all, in Brazil you typically don't go to school, middle school or high school, doesn't matter, for the whole day. You are in school either in the morning, usually 7:30 a.m. to noon, or in the afternoon, usually 1 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Every single person who was a kid in Brazil, and was not in school in the mornings, when 9/11 happened remembers watching Dragon Ball Z and having it be interrupted for the breaking news of the attacks. And I mean everyone. It comes up every time someone asks what were you doing when 9/11 happened, except DBZ wasn't on at that time. Someone check the airing times and compare to the time when the attacks happened. Definitely not on. Still, a whole generation of kids is 100% sure they were watching DBZ when the news broke out.
reality. Have you ever been to a JCPenney? Because I have, and I always remember it being